We expect India and Pakistan to get hot at this time of year. The sun beats down strongly in April and May before the arrival of the monsoon rains in June. But this year, the heat kicked in early. India had its highest daytime March temperatures since records began in 1901. In Pakistan's largest city, Karachi, the mercury hit 42.5 Celsius, its highest March temperature on record. April brought little relief. It was the hottest April on record for central and northwestern India, as well as Pakistan, where temperatures tracked more than 4 degrees above the long-term average. And the heat continued into May. As you can see, even higher temperatures were recorded in some places.
Modi and all those who live at the expense of the people, meaning government, says he can wait till 2030 to even start thinking seriously of air pollution, until 2050 to act corrupted by the fossil fuel and coal lobby, and not willing to commit till 2070. Obviously he and BJP does not have to deal with realities even beyond 2025. And to the World Climate Change Party organizers, please stop inviting such morons, until they show some sustained action, and by the way, need to be verified by independent NGOs. The governments of such countries will lie with a straight face on. Have you not seen them do that with COVID cases and COVID deaths over the last 2 odd years?
Part of the reason why is a so-called heat dome, a persistent area of high pressure. This causes air to sink down through the atmosphere, warming as it's compressed towards the ground. That sinking air means clouds don't form and relentless sunshine lifts temperatures higher. India and Pakistan have seen spring rainfall well below normal. Drier ground heats up more rapidly, and that makes the hot weather even hotter. The searing heat has led to failed crops and more fires. Many people have no access to air conditioning, but there have been power cuts because of the increase in demand. Melting glaciers in the Himalayas have brought flooding, which caused this bridge to collapse. Scientists are assessing the impact of climate change on this particular heat wave, but they believe global warming is making heat waves more frequent, longer lasting and more extreme. Some relief from the heat will come in the form of the southwest monsoon. As the land heats up, including the mountains of the Himalayas, so will a big chunk of air a long way up through the atmosphere. As that wedge of warm air rises, low pressure forms, pulling in moisture-laden southwesterly winds from the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. That moist air is then forced up over the high ground of India and the Himalayas, and a bit like wringing out a sponge, this generates storm clouds and torrential rain. But this process doesn't happen across the whole of South Asia all at the same time. The monsoon usually arrives in southern India in early June, but the rains only reach northwestern India and Pakistan in July. So those places gripped by the most severe heat will have to wait for the cooling rain. That rain brings vital water for crops, but it can also cause a whole new set of problems like flooding and landslides. And it's expected climate change will make monsoon seasons wetter in the future, making the risk of floods even greater.
Yeah.